Bless up, family. It's been about 2 weeks solid that I've just been craving some kingfish. I wasn't really sure how I was gonna go about it, whether I was gonna fry it and do some escovitch or stew it, but ultimately I chose to go with the stew. So, anyways, I picked me up some kingfish. I picked it up, washed it off with a little bit of lime. I sliced it up, squeezed it all over the fish, added a little bit of cool water. Just, wipe it down and then strain the water out. Then I dried up the fish with a little paper towel to keep it dry. But then I just got right to the cooking, and I want to tell you how I did it. So anyways, I started with some all-purpose seasoning, ground black pepper, seasoned salt, Irie fish seasoning, and some garlic and herb seasoning. I mixed all these seasonings together in a bowl. Now, you could either, put the seasoning combinations on both sides. I find that takes a little longer and you also waste more seasoning doing that. Or you could just lay it out on a cutting board and just dap the fish on both sides in the seasoning, however you feel fit. Today I'm just going to sprinkle the seasoning on each side of the fish, and I'm going to dap it in some flour, which I season with the same combination of seasonings that I put on the fish. I put that in the flour as well. So as you can see here, I'm going to just dip the fish into the flour after I apply the seasoning. And I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to put it aside until all of the fish have the same seasoning coats on them, so that when I put them in the oil, they cook at the same pace and at the same time. Okay, so we're done here. We're gonna start putting it on the hot oil. The oil should start sizzling as soon as the fish begins to fry. So as soon as you lay it down, you should just hear that nice little sizzle right there, You want to fry both sides for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's golden brown. This doesn't necessarily mean the fish is cooked, but it's got enough color on it to be taken out because we're going to finish cooking it in the stew. Alright, so once we're done frying up the fish, we're gonna go ahead and add the vegetables. In the plate, I got here some onions, thyme, green pepper, red pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper, chopped carrots, garlic, tomatoes, and some okra. Alright, so we're going to take these veggies and put it on top of this warm oil. And again, it should start sizzling immediately. You'll also begin to smell the aromas of the vegetables. It smells so nice. So the same combinations of seasoning that I use for the fish, I'm just going to throw a little bit of that onto the vegetables as well. And then on top of the vegetables, after a couple of minutes of frying, I'm going to add a little bit of ketchup. Some jerk paste. You don't have to do too much jerk paste because We already have the Scotch bonnet in there. We don't want it to be too hot. So we just want to add a little bit of jerk paste for a little bit of flavor. We're going to add some hot water to this too. And some browning. These are like common combinations for gravies when you're making a gravy for Jamaican meats. We typically use ketchup, browning, jerk. Like even if you make stewed chicken, you're using the same combinations to make a gravy. Even when I make jerk chicken gravy, you know. Hot water. Alright, we're gonna just let this simmer here for about 5 minutes before we add the fish. Alright, now let's check it out. Look at the vibration of those vegetables in the pot. It's all colorful, looks like just life. You know what I'm saying? Looks like a garden in there. Alright, so I'm gonna start adding the fish one by one. And once the fish is in there, we want to stir it around a little bit. Make sure we got the veggies on top of the fish so that the fish is soaking up all of that gravy. It's tenderizing, it's absorbing that flavor. Alright, so I had it cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes. This fish is very tender, very nice. And I'm actually recording this after I recorded the video. So this is a voiceover. So I've already eaten it. I actually might go get some more when I'm done. So I had my kingfish with some white rice, some plantain, and a piece of festival. Just to, you know, clean up the gravy a little bit. I honestly prefer festival over fried dumpling, just because it carries its own flavor. So I like it either by itself or with the gravy, but you let me know what you think. You prefer fried dumpling or some festival? And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Peace.